welcome. And Genevieve, I have a little special treat for you. We are just going to spend today looking at a question from the internet. So no preparation, no practice. We're just going to dive into this.
I'm completely blind as to what's going on here. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this.
Exactly. There are a lot of singles out there that struggle with dating. They struggle with just connecting and being confident. So we want to take real life scenarios and real life questions, and we want to help pick them apart. So we've got this question from online that says, what are flirty signs guys miss? So what are the things that women tend to do that we feel, hey, we're into you, we're expressing interest, and then whoosh, right? And it's like, why didn't that work? What are some things that women do to be a little flirty?
Well, they touch their hair. They do touch their hair. They touch themselves more when they're talking to you. They lean forward. So they're more engaged when they're talking to you. They fiddle with things. There might be some really long eye contact gazing and just really soaking up the questions or what you're talking about. They'll smile and laugh a lot as well. There'll be a lot of smiling and laughter, not what I call canned laughter, throwing their head back and being dramatic and just laughing for the sake of it. There's not going to be any of that sort of, oh, that's so funny. And all he said is, I'm going to order chips or fries or, something like that. So there's a real engagement, but there is that sort of fiddling, touching, feeling slightly awkward. Women, when they're into men, can often go a bit shy and quiet as well, but hold on to that gaze and really study what the guy's doing, their face, their body language, but the leaning in, and the feet give it away as well. So the feet are a really funny one. If someone's got their feet pointed in a totally different direction to you, it means they want to get out of there as quickly as possible. But if their feet are facing towards you, they're engaged with you. And it's really interesting. Sometimes guys will say to me, well, what about if she crosses her legs and she's got one leg facing this way and one leg facing that way? I said, well, as long as both feet aren't facing towards the door,
and she's ready, warming up the legs. Right?
Absolutely. My body's here, but my legs are actually outside. I'm not really in the room. I've already left.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the biggest signs that that someone is into you and is flirting.
Well, you've painted this really, I even think back, eons ago, right? And we see these movies. I mean, it's as simple as when women would, drop their handkerchief or, on the way out, they might do something and make that eye contact. And if you're not careful, it is understandable for men that they're frustrated. It's like, can you just give me a very clear signal? And the woman's like, I dropped my hanky. That was very clear. I don't know how
you should have picked it up.
You'd have picked it up.
And wiped my nose with it.
Exactly. And then asked me on a date. Could we be any more clear? But what's interesting is that, we have to realize and recognize that it's not as easy as just going up to each other and saying, hey, do you want to go out? So it sounds to me like a big, huge clue for men is paying attention to what she is not saying.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's all the body language. And it's sort of that little coyness, the little sort of playing with the hair, the sort of looking, if someone's looking at their phone and they keep looking up at you, say if you're on public transport or, even in a restaurant, there's someone sitting there eating on their own and you're eating on your own and she keeps looking up at you and just gazing at you, go over and say, hey, can I buy you a drink? Would you like a coffee?
Yes, we give that invitation physically. We give that energy. Yes. Now let's talk about the reverse. How could a man really recognize that, wow, I'm attracted to her. I'd like to go say hello. by looking at the same thing. I know the feet thing, I think that's a beautiful first step, but how in reverse do women really know, please don't, I'm not interested. It's not the right time. I'm just not, the arms.
They will look at other things. They will not make eye contact. They'll be looking at their watch. They'll just be wanting to extract themselves from the situation so that they don't have to continue with the connection. If there's a connection that's formed, they'll make an excuse to leave. Come on, Heather, we've all done it.
Absolutely. I've got an errand to run. I gotta go.
All of a sudden, there are 10 children that need picking up. I only have 2, but all 10 of them need picking up.
10 ducklings to go pick up. Exactly. Well, and I think too, it's important that we as women, we also need to kind of take control of our love lives, right? If our signals that we feel we're putting out there, what could you would kind of suggest to women that have done the demure, that have done the looking and have felt that they have put forth the energy to say in body language, I'm interested, but they are not getting somebody to approach them? What would you say to that person?
Well, they could be too overt. They could actually be scaring guys off. Oh. Now, I've had some women where they've done the opposite, where they're sitting in a bar. When I used to run some of my events, I'd have women that were there that were almost pulling the men by their shirt collar and saying to them this overtly, you're coming home with me tonight. And men don't want that. That's not what they're looking for. They want to They want to fight for the woman. They want to be that captain caveman and work for it a little bit. They don't want it so overt. So women, you do need to be subtle, but there are little things that you can do, even from a point of view of I need to leave now, but I didn't want to actually go until I just gave you my number.
Ooh, I like that.
It's really elegant. It's really sophisticated. You're not being forceful. If you're interested, here's my number. If I hear from you, I hear from you. If I don't. Have a lovely life kind of thing, but it's about being very clear with your intention. Yeah. And if you like someone and you're getting an engagement back, you could even just make a sign like, would you like a drink? There's nothing wrong as a woman making that step if it's subtle. Right. If it's really outrageous, it makes everyone uncomfortable. Right. I've seen women work a room and have been completely out there, and I've gone up to them and said, just stop. Let's go for a little walk. You're coming across. Shake it up. Get the energy out. Yeah. I know. Actually, you need a 10K run. Right. Your frustration and your desperation is coming over, and it's intoxicating. The rest of us are being knocked out by your intensity. So it's going to terrify the guys. Right. So, don't do it. Just stop. Pull back a little bit, but also giving permission for a person to court you, to allow that person, I am interested. It's safe to approach me. Yeah. And it can be both men and women. Totally. But I think specifically if a woman is asking, and we found this question on the internet, if it's a woman that's asking, Genevieve, I think that is so great. Step into your femininity, step into your flirtation, learn how to give those physical cues, and men, watch her body language because you will know. Right? I think that's a great first step. And if you don't know, ask. I love that. Just ask. Know what? Don't. I think we miss so many opportunities. And I think since COVID, where people have worn masks and, everyone's been frightened to sort of be in the same space and the same oxygen zone as anybody else. We've been trained that way, right? Like we're programmed now. Like, keep away. Yeah. Yes. Don't step into my space. Don't even talk to me, Exactly. So I think it's one of those things where let's bring back some romance. Coming up to that time where people want that romance anyway. So step into it. If you think someone's making eye contact with you, just smile and say, would you mind taking down my number, or can I take your number down? It's so easy. I even had someone say to one of our coaching clients, can I just take can I take down your number, and then can we take a selfie of this moment? And she said that was just so cute. She said, because it just and then he said, and I'll send you the selfie of the two of us, and then you can make up your mind whether you think we look like a nice couple.
Right.
Like, wow, that's someone taking initiative without being too pushy, making sure he's got the right number to connect with someone. I thought, wow, what a ballsy guy. And I liked that. I liked that approach. It was, he knew what he wanted. He was confident, but he wasn't pushy with it.
Right.
And she could have said no.
Absolutely. You can say no. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but no, thank you. And that's okay too.
Yes.
But
you're lovely, but actually I'm taken.
Yes.
You can even say that. You don't need to say, I'm not interested in you. If you want to be polite and not hurt someone's feelings, you can say, look, I'm very flattered, but actually I'm with someone. And that's a nice way to let someone down without being, just get out of my face.
Right.
It's never going to happen, even if you were the last man on earth. Just don't even go there.
Right.
You don't have to be rude, ladies. This is someone who's stepping out of their comfort zone. And guys, you don't have to be rude either. So absolutely. I think this is a journey of love. So do it in a loving way. And I always say, what goes around comes around. So if you're rude to someone, you're going to get someone being rude back to you. So if you smile, if you're nice to someone, you can have a nice day.
And I think we also have the ability to help. You're kind of building this picture with me. So follow me along. So if I've got a guy, I'm not interested in him specifically, or it's just not the right time in my life, and I'm just trying to get groceries, but I hold the ability to encourage him to keep trying. That, right? Thank you so much. That was so sweet of you to approach me, but it's just, I am taken, but good luck. Yes. And how cool to send that little treasure in the dating world that everyone's in, to keep it fair, safe, healthy, and where you encourage each other to make connections. That's powerful. And that's paying it forward too.
Yeah. And actually you can give feedback and say, you know what you've just done was lovely. And even though I'm taken, if I wasn't, I'd be really flattered by you doing that. So go out and do that to somebody else, because I might be I'm a no because I'm taken, but the next girl might not be. So give some encouragement, because I think that perpetuates someone to go, right, I'm going to go and do it again.
You can help someone find love, and you could accidentally be a matchmaker because you helped this person be ready to make another connection. We do have the power of helping each other as a community. And again, like you said, karma comes around and you feel really good. And so guess what? When it's your time, that connection is ready to be made because you're in a mental place to make that connection, because you're just positive and optimistic. So how powerful is that? That is so special, Genevieve. That is great. So I think at the end of the day, the message to this online question person would be just that, to express interest as comfortably as we can. And men, pay attention to physical cues, because we definitely use our body language to show whether or not we're interested in you, and just keep it nice and positive and connective. And let's all just help each other find love. I love that. So hopefully this helps, anybody that has that same question. This is such a valid question in the dating community. And hopefully it's helped you out there. If you have any questions about dating, relating, relationships, matchmaking, any of that, we're your love gurus. Genevieve and I are absolutely happy to help. So post any questions you might have. We'd love to pick them apart and just help. That's what we love to do, right, Genevieve?
Oh, absolutely. And the more obscure, the better. We like a challenge.
I love it. Yes, I love that. So send them in if you can. And of course, if you like this video and found it helpful, please give it a like, share it with your girlfriend, share it with your friends, all of that, to share the wealth of knowledge. And if you're interested in our matchmaking services, go to matchmakingcompany.com and subscribe for more weekly content. Happy dating and good luck. Thank you, Genevieve.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.